you already do have a job. So what happens once you get there? My 5 top tips for succeeding. So today, as promised, here are my top 5 tips for those of you who haven't yet landed your job. So class of 2019, if that doesn't apply to you, who can you send this to? They need to hear this stuff, all right? So here are my best tips. Number 1, guys, 50-50. Now, what do I mean? I want you to get your butts out of your, that was my phone, sorry guys. I want you to get your butts out of your house, out from in front of your computer, and go meet people. That's going to be a lot of what I'm going to talk about. So my 50-50 point is that I want you to spend half of your time, if you're just getting out of college, half of your time on job boards, half of your time not on job boards, networking, getting out amongst the living. Now that's going to change as you go further away from your, graduating. I'm going to suggest it looks more like 75% networking and only 25% on job boards. But for now, give me a 50-50 and I'll be super happy, and you will be happy with the results. So number 2, this ties right directly into it. Meet people in person. So think about, who do you currently know, who is in your existing network that you could have a coffee date with. And when I say in person, that could also be a phone call, a Zoom call, a Skype, something where there's face-to-face contact, or at least you're talking to them on the phone to help you with your network. Now, on some other podcasts that I've done and these lives, I've gotten a little bit more granular about how to do that networking. But for now, I just want to say, do it, meet people in person. Your local coffee shop, have lunch with them. It just depends on how well you know the person. Where are they in proximity to you? What makes the most sense for that individual? But do it. So that's number 2. Number 3, you guys don't know how to use LinkedIn. I know this for a fact because you tell me that you don't know how to use LinkedIn all the time. So you want to learn how to utilize LinkedIn. And I'm not just talking about setting up a profile and asking people to connect with you. I'm talking about the whole thing, right? So for most of you, if you think of LinkedIn as being this, big pizza full of possibilities and helping you with your career, you guys are like using one bite of one slice, right? So there's so much more there around how you can cultivate relationships once you connect with people, how you can get more engaged on LinkedIn so that professionals are seeing you as an equal. There's just a ton there. Again, I've done lots of podcasts. I've blogged about that. I've done videos. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can find that stuff. Go to the Exclusive Career Coach. I've given you that content. Just do it. Learn how to use LinkedIn. You guys need it. All right, number 4, the +1 approach. All right, I've talked about this elsewhere. This is all recaps of stuff I've given you elsewhere. My +1 approach is, if you're going to apply online, in other words, if you're going to apply on the venue, the vehicle that has the most competition and only holds about 25% of all available positions, you need to make yourself stand out. And the way that I like you to do that is with what I call my +1 approach. So find one more thing that you can do to make yourself stand out. If all you're going to do is apply online, you're going to be, let's say, one of 150 candidates, right? So who can you reach out to and say, hey, will you put in a good word for me? Would you be willing to make a call? Will you write a letter of recommendation for me? Would you introduce me to the decision maker? It's all going to depend on the situation and who is in your network. But what is something you can do? Get creative, to include what I like to call professional stalking, which means you figure out where the individual who can make a decision to hire you is going to be at a given time, like a meeting, a professional development meeting, a chamber of commerce function. You can find out what they're connected to and what they're into on social media. You know how to do that better than I do. And then show up and act real surprised when you meet them, okay? That may be a last resort, but don't neglect it. It's actually a really good idea. So what's one more thing you can do each time you apply online that would increase your chances for success? And then number 5, mindset. Cannot tell you how important this one is, and it really drives all the other ones, right? Because I promise you, if you are waking up in the morning and the thoughts in your head are, nobody's ever going to hire me, I don't really want to look for a job, blah, 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 you are not going to have success. No matter what you do, the energy is wrong, and probably the actions you take will be off key as well because you don't have the right mindset. So I want to give you one little tip about mindset related to your job search. And so here's what's going to happen. You're going to go through a job search and you're going to be maybe gung-ho at the beginning, and it's going to peter out because you're going to get rejections. You're going to get no answers, no responses, crickets, when you were hoping somebody would be jumping at the chance to hire you, and you're going to get dejected about all that. So if you can, instead of thinking, why is this happening to me, change one little word. Why is this happening for me? This allows you to sort of be a benevolent kind of viewer of your own life and look at this situation from the perspective of, what am I learning about myself? What am I learning about the world of work? What am I learning about my, my convictions or my commitment to doing this? What am I learning? Why is this happening for me? Takes you out of victim mode and into an empowered kind of stance. So 50-50, 50% of your time online, 50% of your time networking. Meet people in person, get out. And I don't mean just one-on-one, by the way. I mean go to networking events, go to work events where you can network, get your butt out of the house. Number 3, learn how to utilize LinkedIn. You're using one bite of one slice of the pizza. Learn how to use the whole pizza. Number 4, the +1 approach. What's one more thing you can do? And then number 5, why is this happening for me rather than why is this happening to me? Hope this is helpful. Hey guys, glad you joined me today. Hey Abs, good to see you today. Hi Ken. Thank you so much for joining. And as always, I'm here. So if you have a question, you want to know more about how to network or how to look for a job, especially class of 2019, shoot me an email at Lisa, L-E-S-A, at Exclusive Career Coaching, or you can just ask me a question in Facebook. Talk to you again soon. Bye.